we're live. Maha Jeffery, welcome to the fucking
Wow, we're
waiting room.
live.
The
All
first one of
right, party
Happy New Year,
time.
guys.
Happy New Year.
Here we go
Happy
again.
2021,
Yep.
everybody.
First
Holy
one.
Start the year with fireworks.
I know.
Yeah.
We still don't have any flying cars. The fucking Jetsons lied to us, Asmal. The Jetsons.
Yeah,
fucking
man.
lied to us.
Want my money back, man.
Lied
Bullshit,
to us, man.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on though. Why, yeah?
God, we don't have any
Yeah,
flying
lying down,
cars.
yeah.
Very upset.
Yeah. You need still, yeah. No
Very
flying
good.
cars.
Back to the
Yeah.
Future lied to me.
You're too young for Back to the Future to have lied to you. Back to the Future lied to me and Asmal. We expected all this bullshit.
Yeah. I had to buy the pirated VHS tape, man. I watched it, you know.
VHS.
It was the
Yeah,
It's been a
man.
while since I heard that.
It was the first. It was the first VHS we ever had in 1986, and I literally watched it one summer every day of our summer holiday. So I've literally seen it about 150 times.
We
See
used to
that?
have those big ass CDs. I forgot what they were called.
Laser disc.
Lazy
Laser
disc.
disc.
Laser
Yeah.
discs. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I had like Jurassic Park and like Land Before Time on that when I was a kid. And like you had to turn the disc over for like the other side.
Man, that's futuristic.
Like vinyl only, eh?
Like vinyl, yeah, exactly.
That's futuristic for us. So it is. Like, fuck me, man.
I remember watching Alien on Laserdisc.
Oh God.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had friends.
I
I
recently,
had family
rewatched
friends who had
Predator.
Betamax. You
Wow,
What?
Betamax.
Yeah, Betamax. Yeah, I had friends who had a Betamax video player, which is weird. You recently watched Predator,
Yeah, yeah.
of course.
We had nothing to do with my birthday, so like my girlfriend decided to rewatch Predator. Oh, we usually do it every Valentine's Day, anyways. It's like,
It's a good
The
decision.
original Predator, the first
the
one.
original one, Arnold
That's right.
All
Schwarzenegger.
right.
There's only
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
There's
Yeah,
only.
it
Listen,
is.
guys. There's only one Predator. Maybe
Yes,
Predator.
yes.
Maybe Predator 2.
I
Maybe
gotta
Predator
agree with
2
Derek.
had
There's
a-
only one Predator.
Maybe Predator 2 had a kind of a stretch. The Danny Glover ones,
Danny Glover, yeah.
but there's
Yeah, yeah. I
only
think Danny Glover saved it. Yeah.
there's only one
But,
Predator. And Predator, the film Predator, is the answer to every problem in the world ever. Just
yeah.
you go through that film, we can solve all world problems, hunger,
Yeah, man.
wars, everything. Just solve it. Just get people to
Never
watch
a new
Predator.
son of a bitch.
Yeah, man.
It is an absolute masterpiece of masculinity.
It is, man.
Yeah,
Arnold
man.
Schwarzenegger's one-liners in that movie are amazing. And one of my favorite ones is when he bursts through the door. It's like boom, and he tosses the knife at the guy, and he sticks to the wall. It's like stick around.
Stick around.
Classic, man.
The CIA got you pushing too many pencils.
That's like the best handshake ever in
That's
history.
it is the most manly handshake in the history of manly handshakes. Like it is,
I read somewhere one what's it, stand-up comedian, some actor, one of the actors who was on set. Oh no, that wasn't Predator. That was some other film. Like
No,
Arnold
fuck.
Schwarzenegger would play chess. He
yeah,
plays
yeah, yeah,
chess
yeah,
with
yeah,
his
yeah. He
feet.
plays chess. He does that in all his film sets. He just sits and plays
Yeah.
chess. If he's not working out, he's playing chess.
He's working out his mind.
He's
Working
working
on
out.
his chess.
From what I heard, he used to work out a lot. From what I was told, he used to work out a lot of other things. I don't know if it's true, but there's a fantastic story of this guy who worked on a Schwarzenegger film one time, and this is all allegedly. This is an alleged
Wow.
story.
Okay.
Allegedly, okay.
But
okay.
he went in to get Schwarzenegger for he seen coming up, and he opened up the door and walked in. Schwarzenegger was going down, some woman, and he's married. Obviously he's married. Schwarzenegger married. So Arnold turns around and goes, "Eating ain't cheating."
I'm not surprised. It sounds like he became governor,
I
you know.
wrote a song about that, right?
Yeah, that's just fucking amazing.
Have you ever guys
Yeah.
heard,
No,
have you guys
the-
ever heard that song? Eating ain't cheating. It's a fucking amazing song.
Is it? Are you just making that up?
By Steel Panther. One of
All
the
right.
best
Oh.
80s rock bands that weren't
And
in the
that-
80s.
And that could have came from Schwarzenegger's quote, knowing what the
Yeah.
era
Oh,
is like.
okay.
It
Oh,
could
okay.
have came from Schwarzenegger's. So, Maha, what we usually do on the waiting room for the first half of the show, we like to take the guests through the journey of their musical careers. So, let's take this. How did you?
Taking
When did you
guys on
start
a journey,
playing?
am I?
Yeah. What was your first instrument? How did you get into it?
As with every Asian household, I was forced to play the piano. So, so yeah,
Feel your pain,
started
brother.
off-
There it
yeah,
is.
man,
There it is.
I got my keys right here. I still play the piano, but yeah, I got started off with the keys. Then eventually, I thought drums were pretty cool. So I watched that one Simpsons episode. You know when they gave Bart the drum set, and it's the one with the white stripes in it. Yeah, you guys ever watched that one?
Yeah.
I've never seen that one.
No.
I
why-
abandoned ship long after before that, so that's I think
It got really bad. Like
Yeah.
we got, what, 7, 8 seasons in.
yeah,
Man, that's a long running series. It's like
Wow.
what, season 20 something now?
way too long.
But yeah.
Anyway, continue.
I picked up the drums after that. Then I took lessons for both, and then I learned guitar as well. But that came later on. You know, being in high school, I pretty much picked up guitar just to pick up with chicks, which worked.
Worked, huh?
It never worked for me.
It's the-
Not one
Yeah.
time.
I didn't even know. I didn't know. I was playing
The
guitar. Still
amount
no
of
shit,
the amount the bands that I've played, I have never once got laid from playing a fucking instrument. That just never happened.
That's because you didn't play like Maha lah.
Oh well, I
No, because we weren't Maha.
didn't. Yeah,
We weren't Maha.
I didn't have the voice. I didn't have the fucking voice of God. Like,
And the boys came in way later, man. I think I only started singing when I was like 18 or 17.
Really?
That was when I first started performing, like out around in KL.
yeah,
That was when I actually started singing. Because before that, I was playing in a post-hardcore band on the drums and struggling on backup vocals. And then one day, our vocalist decided to leave. So we had no vocalist. I was like, okay, screw it, guys. I'll take point now and try to sing. That was horrible.
nah.
So you played drums and sing.
He still
We
does.
found a drummer. We found a
He's-
drummer.
he
So
still
then,
does.
Oh,
play drums and
okay,
sing.
okay. But
we decided to, I decided to go on the vocals. It was quite painful for a long while. I think I
What
knew
was
it
the
was a
band
bit
called?
quite-
What's the
it
band
was
called?
To Kill a Mockingbird.
Tequila
Renamed from Tequila Mockingbird.
Tequila Mockingbird would have been cool, dude.
Yeah.
That's a cool
I
name.
know, right? But apparently it was taken.
Oh shit. Okay, smart.
I
but
think
cool.
I still have a video of me on how I used to sing. Let's see if I can put it up. Actually, like I can share my screen, right?
Maybe it might be only me that can share the screen. I'm not
Host
too
disabled
sure.
participant screen sharing. Very mean. There. You
Hey,
can see
it's
Hold on,
COVID,
hold
man.
on.
You can't share stuff.
Hold
COVID,
on.
you
Yeah.
cannot share stuff, man.
Hold on,
Yeah.
let me see if I can.
You gotta sanitize the video first.
Yeah, well, give me a second.
Hey, cool, man. So that was high school. That was high school, college.
High school, man. Up to pretty much college. Yeah. Then I started singing, performing when I was 18. That was when I actually got out and started playing, like the open mics and stuff around KL. And
Okay.
take note, back when I started doing these open mics, I still couldn't sing. I remember, I think one of the first few gigs I ever did was for Chenille. It was when he
Okay.
was still running the open mics at Frontera.
Frontera.
Oh, that's lama dulu.
Hey. Like God knows how long ago.
Frontera, shit, man. Never heard that.
Frontera, man.
Frontera is close to it now.
Yeah. They
The whole
closed
place
it.
is gone. Everything.
Yeah, the whole place is gone, right?
I think Ramesh went and started off a food truck business, not mistaken, right?
Something
Oh.
like that. Yeah.
I don't know how to allow you to share screens. I went in the sentence and there doesn't seem to be
You're
any.
a
allow me-
horrible host, there.
I'm very old.
Don't blame
man.
the software, man. Blame the app.
Very old. Man. I'm blaming my age. That's what I'm doing.
Oh well, yeah. All right. So yeah, then that was pretty much it. Then that's when I was just pretty much playing shows around with Pras. I'm pretty sure you guys know Pras. So like me and him have been playing together in bands ever since we were in high school.
So you guys
Oh,
went to
schoolmates.
school
We were
lah.
schoolmates, huh?
Yeah, we were schoolmates since primary school.
So
But we
Oh,
didn't
shit.
become friends until I think Form 2 or Form 3. Because he used to bully me. Because I was
Oh.
fat. He used to pick on me. And then one day I punched him in the face. And then we became friends.
Good one. Yeah, there you go.
that tends to end the
Corrected
bullying.
That
bullies,
corrected the circuits.
bullies
Yeah.
don't like bullies don't like that type of responses.
Right.
Yeah, they do not.
That's good.
that doesn't
Where
go
do you
down
knock
well.
him, man? Like on the jaw and face or?
I punched him in the face, man. He was pissing me off.
Fantastic.
He used to bully me all the way from Form 1 up to like Form 2 or Form 3. So
Oh, shit.
one day I just lost it.
Wow.
Back then I was like about 100 kgs I think back then. I
Holy
was a
shit.
fat
Holy
boy.
yeah.
shit! Ah!
I was a fat boy. Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah. And if I could share my screen, I could probably share some pictures, but Mr. Derek doesn't know how to work technology.
I can operate a £1 million recording studio quite easily. I can't share a screen on Zoom.
Okay, make the audience use their imagination.
And I don't think
Yeah,
ever.
you
I
guys-
don't.
You guys can imagine.
I don't think I ever want to figure out how to share a screen on Zoom. I think there's enough technology I need to learn without bloody knowing how to share a screen on Zoom. But when did you discover you could? When did you obviously we have to talk about your voice. When did you discover you could sing that well? And did you ever take any lessons?
No, I never took any lessons. I feel going out and performing were those lessons for me because I personally am not afraid to fuck up.
Well, that's a good
that's
thing.
great.
Yeah.
As
Yeah,
many
gotta have that.
people know.
Yeah.
I feel that's a very nice attitude to have.
It is.
Because
Very
I
important.
just kept playing, and I think the turning point came when the criticisms the compliments overwhelmed the criticism because
Okay.
early on in the days it was just, man, dude, you should just stop singing, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a lot of that going up.
Imagine if that had happened. Imagine if you had to stop singing.
Play drums or piano.
Unfortunately, I'm not very good at listening to people.
Another important skill. Must have.
Must have skill. Don't
Yeah.
listen to shit.
Especially,
Yeah.
especially if you want to continue playing music, you have to stop listening to naysayers
Yeah,
a
man.
lot.
And I honestly
Yeah.
feel that you can't really survive in the industry if you don't have thick skin.
You need it.
Yeah.
You need it
need
a
it.
lot.
Or you can't even be not just survive industry, just being creative, man. If you
Yeah, you
listen.
need a lot because you need to feel to be able to grow and progress yourself as an
Yeah.
artist.
Yeah.
Like you just need to be able to fall. So
Yeah. And I feel that if you take too much negative input, you just end up not creating anything. You go into
course.
this where you feel, oh, maybe what I'm writing isn't that good enough.
Yeah, yeah.
At
You
this
build that
point,
self-confidence.
yeah. At this point, whenever I'm just writing because I want to write my shit, it's like, I don't really think about whether people will like it or anything. It's just like I'm writing for myself.
yeah,
Yeah, you gotta like it first. Yeah, if you
I'm
enjoy
writing
it,
shit I enjoy, man.
yeah, yeah.
I
But I mean, like, so you always enjoyed singing, did you? Like growing up, was that you just enjoy it on your own?
Not really. I actually felt that it was something that just came out of nowhere. Like
Hmm.
I never expected to be a singer. Like
Ah.
I always had that sort of frontman attitude, but I never had the voice.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's
So you had everything first.
Like the voice came all the way at the last end, all the way at the finish line. That's when the voice came in.
what a thing.
And
to
that's
come-
that's a good that's a good trajectory. Some people can sing but just got no presence.
Yeah,
Yeah, you need the attitude, man. I grew up on rock and roll, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I would be in my car with my dad, and he'd be putting on like Guns N' Roses, Zeppelin, all the
Sick.
good shit from the '60s to the '80s to the '90s. I think that's pretty much where most of my music taste came from. And a
Oh, your
lot,
dad's a rock and roller full on, huh?
No, because
Oh,
like
nice.
when I was growing up, like everyone was listening to like all this poppy bullshit, and like I was pretty much the outlier in most cases. I'd be listening to metal. I be listening to a lot of rock and roll, and I couldn't really fit in with most people, but didn't really matter to me.
Good.
I had my own shit to do.
Yeah.
turned out
Sweet,
well.
man. That's how you
Turned out well.
man.
Yeah,
Wow.
but-
So you grew up in you Sunway or Subang, the area.
Sunway kid, man. I'm still
Sunway
in
kid,
Sunway. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So
Famous.
Pyramid was your was
Yeah, man. When
was
I
the
was
shit
growing
lah.
up,
That was the shit.
in high school. You know, used to potting sekolah, go there shisha, all that.
The marvelous mall to Ponteng, man, it's besar.
Yeah, right.
Marvelous.
Because like I used to study in Sepang, you know, and like when we skip school, we usually go to like it was in SS15, so I usually skip school, go to Asia Cafe, you know, play some pool, go to the Cyber Cafe, you know, and then like one day we decided, hey, let's go shisha lah. Where? Sunway. So we walked all the way from SS15 to all the way to Sunway, just so we can go shisha.
Wah,
Yeah.
bagus. Walking, man, healthy.
Yes, walking. Is really good for you.
It is.
I feel I haven't really walked much in the past year. So
who
ever
walked?
since I came from UK.
Who walks in Malaysia? It's far too fucking warm to be walking
Exactly,
anywhere.
yeah.
Jesus
It's fucking hot
Christ.
as hell. And you know, I used like whenever I travel abroad or anything, I walk everywhere. Man.
That's what we do back home. We
Yeah.
just walk.
Yeah.
We just walk.
When I was
Yeah.
staying in the UK, I either walked or I cycled. Yeah,
Same,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. But
It's
you-
I
so
wore
nice,
out 2
man.
boots.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
You know,
Where
the
was
roads
in
are friendly for cyclists.
Where was in the UK you stayed again? Was it
In Oxford.
In Oxford, yeah.
Yeah,
Oxford,
lovely place.
Oxford's renowned for cycling and stuff like that. It's a perfect place
Yeah.
to cycle.
I used to take the token road. It's the same road that J.R.R. Token used to walk back from the pub to his place.
Yeah.
Lovely route. Lovely route.
Wow.
Nice. How to cycle here lah? Here you cycle, you're gonna hit some hole and then mampus.
The road, man. 'Cause
Yeah,
like,
walk is safer, man. But walk takut gonna hit something.
I used to cycle a lot with my dad as well because he went through a midlife crisis and started buying really expensive bicycles.
Yeah.
So like we would cycle from Sunway to like the Shah Alam Stadium and back.
Wow.
Oh, that's far,
one
dude.
day I decided not to join, right? And then he went with my mom. On the way back, this random car went and hit and run my mom.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
damn.
Yeah, so like.
Was
that
she
was
alright?
messed up lah. I mean, yeah, she's fine lah. It's all good lah. My dad was very pissed off lah. But like,
Mahal, bicycle mahal. Probably that's my bike.
but still, like, I feel like it's quite dangerous to
Yeah,
to
Marina,
cycle here, man,
Marina
on the
cycles
roads
here all the time. It terrifies the living shit out of me. Like,
Yeah, man. You terrify me, man.
terrifies me. Like, I always tell her, text me everywhere. Text me when you get there. Text me when you Maca, and text me when you're coming back. Just keep me informed. Like, she was cycling on New Year's Eve, or group, because she's out of Brompton, so she cycles with a wee
Yeah.
group of Brompton friends and stuff like that. There, but like, it terrifies me. I've been on the road cycling with her before, and it's a nightmare out here. So it's like, it's an absolute.
It is, man.
nightmare.
It is.
Actually, my part of town is okay. Actually, this year I started. I bought a bicycle, man. So I actually started
Where
cycling
were you
this
staying,
year.
Asmil?
Oh, nice.
I live in Bangi, so
Oh, shit. Okay
Putrajaya.
lah. It's a lot less
Putrajaya,
crowded, man.
nobody. Yeah, Putrajaya, nobody. And then I start
Yeah.
walking around here. So here's a bit different. There's less people. So
That's what you want,
Yeah,
less
a lot
people.
less people, man.
yeah. So it's it worked for me. Really,
Yeah.
Man.
That's nice, man. My
So
hair
but
is always so crowded.
When did the Maha Jeffery band start coming together? Bring us
That
through the
actually
inception.
was a constant evolution because at the start it was just pretty much me and Pras.
Yeah.
It was just me and Pras just doing fuck all and just performing at random open mics whenever we could. Like I just saw it as practice and having a good time, you know. Like
Yeah,
and-
I remember
Oh.
the lead scene when you were first started playing, man.
Yeah.
You look like a guy like, hey, this guy is having good time, man.
That's the
It's
first
very
thing.
good time. Other people like never that. This guy, yeah.
First time I seen him was in Murray-Carrion, but it was 2014. Was one of my first times being at
Yeah,
Murray-Carrion.
Murray-Carrion also,
When
yeah.
I just
7
moved.
years ago.
Yeah, when I
Holy
just-
damn.
When I just moved from Ireland, was one of the first people I seen, and I just looked at Marina and went, "That guy's got the fucking voice of God. What the hell is that? Where's that voice coming?" You just swarmed up to the stage, just swaggered
I'm
up,
pretty sure
and then just went,
2014 was shit.
"Mother!" I was like, "Oh, motherfucker, where the hell that voice come from?" I think it was just you and Pratt playing like that, and it was just the two of you, just fucking. And the two of you were just laughing and joking and enjoying yourselves on stage. It was like going,
Yeah,
that's
that's the
fun.
most
Like,
important
getting
thing, man.
drunk.
Like,
I forget.
yeah, it probably was. but I do feel, man, like of all the shows I played, I can't really recall one that I particularly didn't enjoy. Like none actually come to mind. Right at the top of my head, I can't really remember many bad gigs.
If you can remember the
I
gig.
just don't remember that.
That's a good gig.
I got one. I got one.
I can remember mixing yous for bad gigs. I can remember bad gigs yous played. Yous I thought it was the best gig of all time, but yous were smacked. Yous were fucking hammered on stage. I remember mixing you for bad gigs and me going,
I love you, Derek.
I love you guys too. You know I love you guys, but I do remember mixing you on. But you guys were so bloody smashed. You probably thought it was amazing. And that's what it was like on stage. It was but you have to have that. You have to have
I
them.
didn't necessarily say it was a good gig.
No, but you have to have those sort of gigs too. Plus, you're young.
Yeah, you have to,
there's
you
a
have
lot
to,
of there's a lot of variables going on. You can
Actually, I can remember two now. Two bad gigs I remember I did not perform at my peak. The first was right after. I think this was 2015 or 2016. It was right after we did a little tour in Penang, and that was 3 or 4 days of absolute fucking chaos. I remember never being sober for all of those gigs. We did Indie PG. Indie PG, I wouldn't. Now that wasn't the best gig, but I wouldn't classify it as a bad gig because the funniest thing was like we did the sound check and everything sounded perfect. You know, it was like fuck yeah, we're gonna kill this show tonight. And I remember going up on stage, the first song and playing that first note on my guitar, and 2 of my strings burst. And my entire guitar went out of tune.
Aduh.
My entire guitar went out of tune on the first note, and I was like, oh shit. And then I looked at Pras, and his guitar wasn't turning on.
Huh?
Yeah,
Alamak.
like, you know, whatever could go wrong went wrong, you know. But like, I wouldn't really call it a bad gig because we somehow managed to pull it through and managed to win over the crowd, even though like with all those missteps, I just tossed my guitar aside and I was like,
it's probably the best thing you could have done. Just get rid of the guitar straight away and just sing.
Yeah, exactly.
Pras found some random guitar and like, you know what, screw it. There's some difficulties here, but fuck it. We came here to have a good time. And we're gonna show you a good time. We ended up killing that show, and that was a damn fun show. So the next day, I bought some new strings, changed everything on my guitar, you know, set it up nicely. We had a gig at Diluvi's that night, and my God, like me and Pras, right?
Mabuk lah.
We tend to be a very horrible duo, you know. Like when you've known each other for that long, you kind of know where each of you are going, like telepathically. You know? So we used to hit up this one spot that was right down the road from the Louis. It was called Tipsy Tiger, and they always had this one free flow promo that was going from about 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock. So it's all you can drink for like $40, you know, for 3 hours. So me and Props were like, hey man, us being us, we took it as a challenge. So we could see how much we drank that night. So for 3 hours, we kept hammering, and we were on at 11 o'clock. And I always hate gigs that put us on last because there's a lot of space between soundcheck and performance time.
Yeah.
So with that space, there's a lot of waiting. So like, oh well, what else is there to do? You know, when you wait. So we ended up drinking the whole bar that night, and I remember after that night, Diluvi's made a new rule that no one was allowed to jump upstairs.
So you were jumping.
Still playing upstairs then.
Because everyone who was at the we literally brought the entire bar over to Diluvi's that night. The whole bar that we were drinking with, we brought them all over.
Oh.
No, we were playing in front of 40, 50 white people. They were just all drunk.
White people.
But that shows a few things on your benefit. It shows that you're charismatic. You get on well with people. So you can you've got the like. You can grab people and hold them in your hand, like even by just talking to them in a pub, by dragging a bunch of white.
I haven't gone to the bad show yet. That was a good show. I haven't gone to the bad show yet.
You haven't got to the bad show. That's not the bad show.
No, that was a good show. That was a good show. The bad show came the next day after we got back. We had a whole weekend of shows, so like we were drained, like properly drained after like a whole week of drinking, and we came back to KL and we had a show at Publica. So at this point, I was like, what? Oh, was I 18, 9, probably like 19 or 20. And I wasn't very financially responsible, so I spent all my money on booze. So when I came back, I was literally broke as hell. Like, we had to play a show for KL. I think it was the KL Indie Fashion Week, if I'm not mistaken. So
Okay.
like,
It was a paying gig lah.
yeah, it was a paying gig. But at that point, like, my voice was pretty much frayed. You know?
Yeah.
To me back then, it was like, what conditioning, man? Screw that, bro. Like, I'm a party till I drop, bro. And it started to show in my voice. And so, like, I don't like to perform when I'm not at my peak. And that show was the only shows, the bad shows that I remember were when I was not performing at my best, or my vocals were not as up to par as I would like them to be. And that was one of those shows because I could not hit the notes that most of the days I could hit easily. Yeah,
Your
like,
voice was short lah. Oh.
nah, your voice was shot, bro. Shot to complete hell, bro.
Just two grey corpses on stage, was it? Just zombies.
I was still trying. I was still moving. I still had the presence, but like, you know, when your voice is short, it's kind of hard to have the confidence to pull it through. You know, like, yeah, that's the tough bit about it.
True.
And that just really affected my performance.
So it was
And
just a duo gig, just the band or
There was a full band gig.
the band? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
So like, that was tough for me, like, being completely shy. Everyone else was pretty playing on point, but like I couldn't.
You just know lah. You just know it was
It
that
was
lah.
shot to hell.
Was it a full band?
So, like,
Was the full band? Did the full band go with you to Penang, or was it just you and Pras?
yeah, the full band went to Penang, man.
Wow.
Surprisingly, everyone was still alright. Like, you know, everyone was still okay. I could still play my guitar fine. That was fine. It
Yeah.
was just that my voice was short.
Voice.
Because I used to chain smoke like crazy. It was, you know, when you chain smoke like crazy and when you drink, the next day you're gonna wake up with the dead throat, man. And I used to get that a lot until I
Yeah.
stopped smoking.
You don't smoke
Yeah.
anymore?
So, what?
You don't smoke anymore?
No, I haven't smoked in almost 2 years, I think.
Good man.
Wow, not
Good
bad.
Like, I mean, it's
Good,
great
good.
for the voice, honestly. Like,
absolutely.
I'm reaching notes I never thought I'd be able to reach. It's like I actually know by because whenever I'm in the car, I usually practice in the car. Like, just put on like some songs that I want to reach these notes. So usually they're like Pearl Jam or Audio Slave,
Chris
a lot of Chris
Cornell.
Cornell
Yeah, I
songs.
know it's always going to be Chris Cornell.
try to reach those
Yeah.
notes, right? But like, and I realized this actually last week when I was trying to sing what's that song? A couple of Chris Cornell songs. One is Can't Change Me.
Yeah,
because I could
from
never get
Euphoria
that
Morning.
chorus, you
Yeah,
know?
that's
Yeah.
lovely.
And also another one from Euphoria Morning was When I'm Down.
Yeah.
And a year ago, I could never have reached those notes from the chorus, but surprisingly now I can.
But your voice is still mature. And how old are you now? 27, maybe.
And 20, how old am I now? What year is it? 2021, 26.
Ah,
It's desperately
that's a
young.
peak, man.
That's
Good
pretty young.
age. That's a good age.
It's so weird because you're old school Murdicaria and you're still only fucking 26. It's ridiculous.
I feel I started off early, like with a
did?
lot of things in my life. Because I feel I honestly sometimes feel like I'm 30 or something. Because even when I was a kid, I never really hung out with people my age. I was in Form 1 and hanging out with the kids in Form 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
I
like-
was that kid, and my mom was
The
worried
old
about
soul.
me being
The
influenced
old
by the
soul.
older kids.
Because you and Pras,
Actually, terbalik, you influence them.
Yeah.
you and Pras would
horrible
definitely be
person.
regarded as two Murdicaria originals, like the old school crew. Like you would if I went to Murdicaria on Friday night, looking to drink with some people, I knew there were certain people I guaranteed I'm going to be drinking with. You'd be there, Pras would be there, Fabian would be there, Riz would be there, Chanel would be there,
Yeah.
Brendan would be there. Like there'd be just an old school crew of people.
I walk in and be like, oh no, Fabian is here. I guess it's gonna be a long night.
Fabian's there, you're there at 4 o'clock in the morning, easy.
yep. Yep.
Easy. At one stage, you were getting worried about Fabian. He was always the last to leave.
Damn it, Fabian! You damn alcoholic!
But he'd be the first in. That's the thing about it. He'd be the first guy in, the last guy to fucking leave at 4 in the morning, and I'd be leaving 3 done, like I'm away home. Fuck this shit.
Yeah, like recently, like before the MCO, I started coming to gigs like slightly late. I go for the sound check, and then I would just disappear for the next couple of hours until it was probably about an hour-ish to the show.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the fact that there's way too much space between sound check and performance time, and
It's horrible.
that leaves me to my own devices, and there's nothing.
Oh, yeah,
scary
yeah.
there, especially if it's me and Pras together, and that's horrible, man.
Yeah, you
Like,
used to each other's puppet masters. You should go like,
Like,
to each
we're
other,
horrible
to
because
each
yeah,
other.
exactly. Yeah, we're both instigators. Like the thing is, like even with the band, right? I would never be the one in trouble. I'd be the one starting the trouble and then just like quietly hiding behind while everyone else.
And leaving everything to bed.
I'm the instigator guy.
You're the
I
spark.
just push
You're the
everyone.
spark, man.
Yeah, I quietly hide behind and say, "Oh no, I didn't know what was going on."
Naughty kids there.
Like even if you look around, like in my house, in my room, right, there's a lot of shit here that was probably stolen, and like I usually just suggest these
The waiting
things.
room in no way accepts any responsibility for at this moment in time. Like this
yeah.
pretty clear. We can neither confirm nor deny anything that's been said.
Allegedly.
I think you meant taken, not stolen.
Yeah,
Taken,
taken,
yes.
taken.
Taken. Borrowed.
Borrowed's a better.
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds better.
Borrowed
We,
better.
we don't own
Yeah,
anything
I've
in
got
this
a
world, man.
lot of borrowed parking cones in front of
Yeah.
my house.
That's good.
Mr. Immigration
That's
Man,
good.
if you
That's
are
public
listening to
property,
this,
all
I
of
have
us.
got nothing to do with what's going on here, Mr. Immigration Man. Please give me my visa. That's what I love about this podcast. I guarantee we're going to get a message in about a week's time. Hey guys, could you edit that bit out?
Oh yeah.
Definitely going to
I
happen.
thought this was the no hold bars conversation.
It is.
Man.
Listen, you can say what you want, but like we won't edit it out.
All right. You can edit it out if you want.
It won't get edited out unless the guest asks, which has happened. Guests have asked,
Yeah.
but like after the fact, like so better. Oh, so
We make you talk here. We make you talk on the waiting room.
we drag we
Hey, most of
drag.
these things, most people already know, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty much an open book.
There's like a hideous psychology session except it's online. Let's go. But anyway, I think we'll leave it for this stage at the first half of this show. On the second half, we'll start going into all your new recordings and new songs.
right.
Watermelon juice.
Well, hopefully by the second half, Derek has figured out how to use the share screen feature.
No,
So-
not figured out at all.
There's a thing called Google, Derek, where you can Google how to enable share screen
Listen, I'm trying to figure out.
sharing for
I'm-
my Zoom guests.
I'm trying to figure out when Donald Trump's going to launch nuclear weapons on all of us. So I'm just going
I
trying to figure out
hope
that
he
shit
gets
at the moment.
imprisoned and impeached, man, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
We'll go into that in the second half.
If you go into politics, it's gonna be a long talk, my
yeah,
friend.
that'll be fun to talk about in the second half. Anyway, so for the first half of the show, we'll leave it there. So thank you, Maha. We'll see you in the second half. Cheers.
10-minute break.
Music this time. Music.
And we're back with part 3 of the Maha
Okay,
Jeffery
well,
podcast.
Watermelon
Oh,
juice.
man, my goodness.
Oh yeah, best.
Watermelon juice.
So I think we'll get into,
Watermelon juice.
I think we'll get into music this time. Maha's music. There was
we'll
specific-
try our hardest to, yeah.
Yeah, we'll try to have not to go off on tangents. The Billy Connolly School of Comedy, where he just goes off on a 15-minute tangent and comes back into the joke again. So your latest stuff has all been very, very, very reggae based, but you're by your own admission, you're a complete hard rocker and metal. Where did the reggae come from?
Man, I've never restrained myself to a singular genre. I don't like to funnel myself like that. It's no fun, man. Like, because me as a person, I listen to everything. I don't like to limit myself in what I can listen to. Like, yeah, man. I nowadays I try to make something every day, and it doesn't really matter what genre it is, as long as I make something.
Well, that's
you know,
good.
'cause at the end of the
Something
day,
original.
that
You're
just
creating
makes
art
me-
every day, then.
it just makes me a better musician and a sort of better producer guy. At least I try to be one, you know.
You'll get
Good
there.
practice.
You'll get there. Your mixes are getting better. They are getting better.
Yeah, I mean, like, but I feel like that can only being a musician or being an artist or whatever you want to be in terms of the art, you have to be able to expose yourself, not indecently, but expose yourself to to different forms of art, and you shouldn't funnel yourself into a certain spectrum where you're blind to the rest.
I respect
Indeed.
that.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. Impossible for me. Like, I
And
just
that's fair.
I just cannot.
Some-
I just cannot like happy music at all. Happy music does
Yeah,
nothing
some
for
people
me.
have,
So like,
have their ways,
yeah.
but I feel that I learn the most when I
Yeah, of course.
explore different genres, because there's always something you can learn, whether it's something not to do or something that can improve yourself. So yeah, man,
Yeah.
I like.
So
No,
what was
if
what
Derek
was
had put on his screen share, I could have shown some of the stuff, because it ranges from.
I can't
from,
put on the screen. My version of Zoom won't let me.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
version my version of Zoom won't even let me do one of the backgrounds because
Okay.
my because I'm running.
I can do one of those.
I can do.
It's my version of Mac OS that just won't let me do that there because like I am so anal about not upgrading my Mac because I've got
Mac user.
all my programs on it
Explains
and I don't
everything.
want it. I do not want it to go weird or lose something
Okay.
like so like
Okay.
so like I can't even do the background thing. The on Zoom you can do a
Yeah,
screen
you
background.
can get a third-party app for that. But
Yeah.
if there was, I could have shown you guys like some of the newest stuff I've been writing, because like it goes everywhere. I have some really heavy.
I could
stuff.
play
I got-
I could play the newest mix, but I'm not going to because that song needs a
Yeah,
wee
yeah.
bit. I think we're about maybe 85%, 90% there. We're pretty close, but it just needs a wee.
Yeah.
It needs a wee bit tweaking.
Yeah, I still feel you need to work on that a lot. That's one song that I want to get perfect.
So do I.
But
I agree.
Yeah, like
I agree.
There's the stuff that ranges from that rock opera that Derek is mixing. There's stuff that's a bit heavier as well. I've got a bit of grunge stuff. There's some pretty poppy stuff. There's some bluesy stuff. There's some hip hop as well somewhere in there. I collaborated with some rappers. There's a bit of reggae stuff. For me, I feel that reggae is the easiest for me to write.
Cool.
I
don't know why,
I'm Malay, but I can't play reggae, because I've got lousy
it's so
timing.
funny.
My timing lousy, so
It's
but I like
so-
reggae, but
I
just don't play it.
used to love the Bob Marley tribute nights in British Columbia.
The Bob Marley.
Everybody would come and wearing this exact same T-shirt. Like it's like Bob Marley's the only reggae artist ever. I could name me another reggae artist.
Ziggy Marley.
Yeah. Name of the producer. Name of the producer of Bob Marley. One of the most famous like reggae producers of all time. No idea.
Nope.
No clue. It's funny. That was, but like, why watermelon? Just what was?
Because I just really like
Of all the
Watermelon.
songs, yeah, of all the.
The backstory behind that song is that like you're probably gonna have to edit this out. So
unless you request.
the journey of
Nicely.
me and Pras we're exploring the universe one night,
Okay.
And,
That's a good political way of saying it. It's okay. You're exploring the universe. That's okay.
Some days I'm PC, but
Yeah. That's okay. We'll keep keep with the fact you were exploring the universe. Okay.
yeah. So we were exploring. We were trying to write some stuff, and we did come up with a lot of stuff that night.
Hold on.
But-
Hold on. Is your chair broken?
Yeah, my chair is broken. It can go all the way down. Like,
Oh, serious?
I haven't gotten the time to like get a new one because I really can't be asked to do it. But yeah,
I thought that was normal. I thought that's what that kind of chair does. No.
normally it can
Alright.
go all the way down to like around here, I think. But yeah, it's broken.
Okay. I just really
Because you've been going down a lot, haven't
you're
you?
like you're like this. Trying to have a conversation with you, and you're just slinking down. Hold on a minute. But anyway,
Yeah.
watermelon just.
So we,
Yeah,
we
what
were
about you?
exploring the universe one night, and we wrote a lot of songs that night. But every time we hit a rut, we'd be getting into a very good zone, and then we come up with something, and then it will reach it, but we wouldn't be able to reach the finish line, and then we fall back into the rut. And then like each time we did that happened, I just kept playing that one line, and that was chicka chanka watermelon, because I was really craving for watermelon juice that night, you know.
Ah,
And that riff got that little line got stuck in my head for like God knows how many months. And then one day I was up at night, same like yesterday. I was like, damn, I you know what? I want to write something. You know what? I want to record something. You know what? Screw it. Let's just record that stupid watermelon juice song. So from about 3 or 4 a.m., I sat down and I recorded the entire song. I was done at like lunchtime, I think. So I recorded the entire song. I just sent it off for mixing.
nice.
I'm just glad that it's a Malay Muslim who wrote a reggae song called Watermelon, just because I do not want to know the political blowback of a white guy writing a black person's music song that entailed the line watermelon in it, like, because of the connotations that would fucking
Appropriation.
oh no, not even appropriation. The watermelon thing in African Americans, it would be nuclear winter time. So I'm just glad they can't.
I am quite curious. If I was white and I wrote that song, I want to know how the response would
Oh
be.
my God, that would be the response.
I think you being Malay, the belanja some watermelon more. So, hey, have some more, man.
It
He's
would be-
brown. It's fine.
Yeah,
Yes,
it would be
the
the
same
end
tone.
of the fucking world. Like, if a white guy wrote a song by reggae song, like with the line watermelon in it, it would be the end of the world.
And unless he's
Public-
Sting, I don't think he can get away with it.
Republic Island will split from Northern Ireland.
Oh,
Like a watermelon.
it
Because
would
of the watermelon.
Don't even want to think about that disaster of a thing. But anyway, but that's people who don't understand context and nuance of anything anymore, which no one does. But like, it's a nice wee reggae tune. Like, and who did the video? Because the video is a fun wee video. He did like.
Yeah. Mr. Clifford Tan, he was the saxophonist for Riot Jones a long while ago.
I know Clifford well. Yeah, Clifford's a good guy.
Yeah, he did the video. Lovely guy. He was very fun to work with. And
Clifford is a fun guy. Like,
he was an amazing guy, man. The whole team that worked with me for that video was really fun to have around. And that video itself, because like I was running on a budget, so like I could only rent out that big ass house for one day.
it's the fact that you rented out a fucking house.
Wow, yes, you rented the house.
There's a house with a pool. Have you seen the video?
You
He's
rented
in a
the yacht
goddamn-
only. You rented the
If I'm
house
gonna
also.
do something, I'm gonna go all the way. Okay, so
So you guys stayed the night there, lah.
no, we didn't stay the night. I had that thing for like 7 a.m. till about 7 p.m.
Where was it?
Oh.
We had like 12
Country
hours to
Heights.
shoot the video.
Mana?
And what?
Country Heights,
Where's
It was in
Country Heights?
Kajang. Yeah. Fabian went for a wedding like a week after
which
that.
was at the same bungalow. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Huh?
same bungalow.
Country
Yeah.
Where
Heights?
is it? Where is it?
Yeah.
Alamak, drop by lah. Aku next door je bangi. Alamak. That's tak
And then, like that we had to shoot that video in like 12 hours. And I feel that was one of the most tiring days of my life because I didn't sleep that night.
Rewarding
I
though.
feel that's a recurring theme in my life.
Yeah.
so I couldn't sleep that night. We did the shoot. I was there at like 7 a.m. and our lovely makeup artist forgot the session was supposed to happen. So my girlfriend had to do the makeup for me and the wardrobe and everything. So yeah, we had to rush the entire shoot. But it was really fun because the whole cast and the whole crew, they were really fun people to work with. And also because I bought like 5 or 6 crates that got everyone through the day.
How many watermelons you get? Whatever.
I got like 20 watermelons, And the funny thing was, I thought we used up all the watermelons in the shoot, because like we had like 20 watermelons. I feel like we used maybe about 12 to 14 of them,
Yeah.
and like we the rest of them we pretty much just gave away, and we gave to like the housekeeper and all that also, right? But I did not know there was one left in my car. You know, it was hidden in my boot somewhere. I didn't
Stay
know
away.
until about a month later when
So the
I got
thing
it back.
shrunk.
Oh
I
shit!
know, okay, the thing is, I got into
Sour
my car.
watermelon's not a good thing.
I got into my car and I was like, "What the hell is this?" At that point I hadn't driven my car in about a week. You know, it was still heavy MCO season, so I haven't driven my car in about a week. I got in my car. I'm like, "Who the fuck left their croissants in here?" You know, and the whole car smelled like croissants. So I was driving
Smell
to my
like
friend's
croissant.
place,
It's like-
and halfway through, I'm like, "Dude, this does not smell like croissants. This smells like cat shit." And so I'm like, "Who the hell brought one of my cat?" Because like my parents are cat breeders, you know. So I thought one of them brought the cats into the car or something, brought to the vet, you know. That was my first thought. You know. I was like, "What the hell is this, lah?" I looked in the car. I couldn't find anything. Like, what the hell is this smell? So like the next day, I woke up. I opened up the boot. It was flooded. It
Huh?
was flooded.
Watermelon
there was
juice.
watermelon there. Yeah, it was literally watermelon juice. The watermelon was
Busuk punya
there,
watermelon pecah dia.
and it exploded in the boot.
Wah. What? Wait,
Bro,
one watermelon or a few? Oh,
It was just one watermelon, but thank God it was just one
but
watermelon.
but enough to like.
The,
Oh
the,
man.
the smell, I can, like, when I get in my car, I still get some sort of PTSD, you know. There's a faint hint, you know, of that smell still
Shit.
there.
Awful.
And
You
like,
gotta write a
Christmas-
watermelon song about that.
Awful.
my girlfriend didn't want to get in the car with me for the past 2 months until for Christmas she bought me like a car deodorizer. So like, we
Hey, just buy
deodorize the
Febreze,
entire
man.
car.
Febreze. Just spray the fucking boot.
I tried,
Pour the
bro.
whole-
You know, I tried
Cannot,
everything to get the
It tak
smell.
hilang,
I
huh?
tried. Nothing went away until
Gee, that's
she
a
bought me
lesson,
that
man.
damn deodorizer, and it somehow worked,
It
but there's
helps.
still a slight faintness. The faintest of smells still there. I don't know whether it's just me or I'm just traumatized by the smell.
Watermelon blow up in the boot. Shit, man. Fuck.
That's
You
alright.
should have
Okay,
tried
now I know.
tasting it, man. If you had tasted it, maybe you could have explored the universe again.
Bro,
Oh, yeah.
I would have died, lah. I think.
Yeah, you
Then
would have
I still
explored the
explored
next
universe,
realm.
right?
You would have explored the next realm.
bro.
Yeah.
Next realm.
It wouldn't be the universe, it'd be the multiverse. You'd be going to fucking with that shit. Like, you meet Thanos.
Holding a
Yeah.
watermelon in his fucking glove.
You'd be definitely endgame with that shit. So yeah, you just fucking smacked me, fucking Thanos going.
You dumbass.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin voice saying, "Hey, is this your watermelon?"
No, no,
yeah,
no one
that
Orla
was
could be,
one of the-
no one Orla could be Jibby's voice fucking telling you and looking like Thanos going.
Yeah,
Well,
that
yeah,
was
man,
that's
really-
quite
really,
Even
it
though
was a really
the
fun
video,
experience, man.
even though the video was a quick like turnaround, were you happy with the outcome?
Oh yeah, man. With the limited amount of time we had, man, like I was able to put enough stupid shit before on it. Most of my budget went to actually the art direction, and it was pretty fair because I gave a lot of stupid requests, such as can you print out a big ass poster of my face and put it on the wall. I want it golden framed. How many glasses can I break before it becomes a health hazard? Can you get me like a tiny pink Mercedes I can smash in the air and it shoot? So like, it's like all these stupid requests started piling up.
Who do you think you are, Ozzy Osbourne? What the fuck is this going on?
Like I was actually quite surprised that like my art director put up with me as long as she did.
She delivered, huh? Oh, burger's good, man.
Yeah, she got like a couple of interns to paste my face on every single bottle of booze in that house. There's a bar in that video. If you realize, every bottle has my face on it.
Yeah.
They got some interns to like literally paste my face on every single bottle.
Fantastic.
Dear God.
There was a lot of effort that went into it.
A lot of soul there, man.
Yeah, man.
Nice,
But
nice.
yeah,
But nice, man. I really enjoyed that, man. That was
Yeah.
cool.
man.
Refreshing.
Like watermelon. Lift
Yeah,
some
man.
spirits, though.
So what is the next signal?
Next
Go.
single is coming out on Valentine's Day. that's a little something that just came in from. I just got it mastered. Just got the email back. So
Cool.
that's gonna be out in a
Say it.
month and a week.
Say
Yeah.
you might as well say who you got mastered with because like he
Yeah,
deserves
yeah,
a mention.
yeah.
He
Well,
deserves a
yeah,
mention.
yeah, he mastered my first album, Mr. Pete Mayer. So like this track has been I've been wanting to work on to finish up this track for years because this is actually a TMJB track, and it was one of our few only slow songs. But like I originally wrote this track with Danny Denisa.
Okay.
So like yeah, and the thing with this track was like we were trying. We had to write. I think we had to write a song together for this Kale Pack show quite a while ago. I think it was like a few years ago.
Was that
And
did Brendan play at that?
I'm not sure. I don't remember. I think so. Brendan
I think they had
somehow
a few different.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there was
He was probably one of those.
you had yeah, it was two artists each had to come up with a
Yeah,
song
yeah.
each. I think
Yeah.
Brendan. Yeah, I remember.
So like the thing was that we were sitting down at a coffee shop and the whole time we're trying to write something but we couldn't come up with anything. So Pras somehow arrived one day and he was like, "Here, let me help you out." He just started writing chords down. All right, play this. I'm like, cool. And then there we go. He wrote the song. I just changed a few chords here and there, and yeah. Um, this one is a more bluesy number, and
Well,
what?
You get to like open up those vocal cords and just get lit ripping this one.
yeah.
I feel like because like this is one of the songs where I don't really. It's a more chill vibe. Like
More restrained.
I don't have to strain, but actually only during the choruses because I have to reach quite high notes on this one, and now I was dying during the recording.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because usually when we used to play it live for the past few years, I would always go falsetto for those parts, but we realized that if I can actually hit those notes with my actual voice, it would sound a lot better and a lot easier for people to sing along to. So this was slightly before I thought I could reach those notes. So
Okay.
I was dying during this recording, but it somehow worked out.
Cool.
Well, that's good. But it's good that you're
Nice.
even thinking that about the production of the vocals that it'll sound better for the listener if I can actually reach these notes.
Yeah.
Which means you're actually you've got forethought rather than just going. Oh, we just want to record the song because the song's the song. Like you're actually thinking,
Yeah, but
no,
that's
we
usually
can
me-
improve it. We can improve the song base if we can reach these notes. It'll give the listener a better experience. Like
Yeah,
which is
like usually the screw it. I just want to record this song is me when I'm recording demos. like
that's it.
literally,
But that's everybody. Like
yeah, that's pretty much me when I'm recording demos. But when I want to actually record something that has to be released, I would do it properly.
yeah, because I remember when you when I sent you the messages going, give me some fucking songs to the mix. And you're like going okay, and you sent me Paranoid Avenue, and it was just but he had sent me just stems, it was kind of stereo stems of the song that I'm mixing at the moment. So I just went like fuck, just stems, but I mixed it. But I cleaned it up so much, and I sent it back to him. He goes, and he messaged me, goes, "Oh God, I need to record everything I hear."
Yeah, you do
again."
really got-
I went, "Yep, you do." I go, go and do it right, and bring it back. And I want to mix this song. Like, take your
Yeah.
time, mix the song, and I want to mix it again. He sent it back to me. And it was there's been a few back and forth, but like, but the song. It is like it reminds me. It's sort of like Bohemian Rhapsody and Muse's Survival. It's sort of that in between that, like where it's almost like two or three songs in one song. It's
Yeah.
not just one song. Like there's so
Yeah.
much going on.
Because
Like,
that song is actually quite close to me because I wrote it during a very very bad spell. This entire I think it was like a 3 week period where I was just being extremely paranoid. I think I come off a bad trip there somewhere, but yeah, I was having a really bad spell for that few weeks. So and one day that song came out of it, and I was like, okay, this is something I can work on. And eventually, it was initially just supposed to be a simple rock tune, drums, bass,
Yeah.
guitar, vocals. But me being the dumbass that I am, I was like, well, let's put an orchestra in here.
Let,
Yeah.
and then me being the dumbass that I did, once he finally settled on his orchestration of the track. He finally happened with he's finally happy with how he put the track together. He sent to me. I went, okay. I think this is the first track I'm going to properly mix at 96 kilohertz. So I had to convert up, and there's so many tracks on it. It literally maxed, and so many tracks, and I use so many high-end plug-in heavy on my mixes. It was like it did hit my CPU power at the very end. Like
Yeah.
it was
That
just,
song made me get a new PC, dude.
yeah,
I swear
it
to
was
God.
just
Like,
CPU power
I
was
had some
just
extra
lost.
money for my birthday. I actually got a new PC just so that I could, because like my laptop was lagging with that song, man. It couldn't read the files fast enough because like it was completely overloading my CPU.
Yeah,
It
and
was
like
ridiculous.
my MacBook's it's like it's 5 years old, but it's still a very good MacBook. It's like 16 gig of RAM and like 2.7 gigahertz. It's got 8 threads and stuff like that. There, so it can handle it,
Yeah.
but it was at the raw end. Like I know at the
Yeah.
at the age,
the last straw.
the age, it is the last. Maha's song is the last straw my computer can handle. I know now.
Yeah.
When people come to me, I go, okay, if I want to mix at 96 kilohertz at a really high end, because a normal song that I would normally mix for Brendan at 48 kilohertz is about 70 megabytes. When I bounce it, this song of Maha's 250 meg. It's,
Oh
it's
shit!
it's a quarter of a gig. That's because it's high. It's fucking like the high end production. Like so, like it's fucking crazy. I don't know where
Man.
Asmel's gone to. Asmel seems to be fucking.
Yeah, Asmel just disappeared.
Asmel
Yeah, he
cracked.
just disappeared.
Asmo
Yeah,
was Asmo was so offended about 96 kilohertz because he's so punk rock. He decided to leave the podcast.
96?
Fuck that!
How is that?
I want to be fucking 4-bit and fucking no kilohertz. Fuck everything. I'm leaving the podcast.
But yeah, I feel that was that's the song that has actually pushed me in terms of my instrumentation, in terms of arrangement, because
Yes.
before that I've never actually arranged anything on that scale. I've never arranged an orchestra before. Like I never arranged something that big before. So that was quite a journey for me.
Well,
And
it's like becoming a conductor. Essentially, you want
yeah, pretty much.
you want to know where each part and the spaces for each part and how it goes. So that's why I was very specific with you when I was saying, to you, listen, be harsh with your notes. Don't be Malaysian about your notes because I know what this, because there's so much going on in the song. He can't be Malaysian, and you know what I mean by Malaysian? The passive
Yeah, yeah.
aggressiveness of just going like,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, this bit, yeah, I think it's okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I want specific notes back because I don't have a studio, so I need to like email client, send it back, be very specific, and
Yeah,
a song
yeah.
like this needs specific notes. Just, but like,
Yeah.
but we'll get there,
Yes.
and
Yeah, we will, we will.
we're both on the same page of the song deserves to. We
Yes,
both nod our head and go,
definitely.
yeah,
No,
I'm
it's
happy,
like,
I'm happy, I'm happy.
With that track, because I was actually out of touch with a very a friend that I've known for quite a while, and we haven't talked to each other in quite a few years. But like he was actually he's a producer now, and like he actually helped me work on this track, and like he fucking loves the track to death. So he's actually one of the people who has been working with me for the past 6 months to actually like get my feedback on whenever
Yeah.
I send it over. So like I always like to get different opinions when I bounce stuff over,
Absolutely.
and just to see where I can improve on with any of my mixes. And Yeah, man. Like he's actually the fucker that that almost gave me COVID.
Oh shit.
He got
Motherfucker.
back negative, so it's alright.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
So this track is coming out on Valentine's.
This one is gonna be
No,
wild, man.
no, no,
'cause,
no, no,
like,
no, no. Part out,
I have no plans for this track for my next album because the next album. Recently I actually went through about the next album. I actually recently went through all the stuff that I've written during MCO. I've gone through like the hundreds of random ass tracks that I've written throughout the past few months, and I've realized that I have enough material to release a sappy love album. so, but like the thing about like but like the thing about like these songs, I actually like them because they let me explore. These are the songs that let me explore a lot of my harmonies and one big influence on how I write my harmonies is they're very Queen-esque kind of harmonies. Even with my Ableton on now, right? I always have my template. There's a set of 10 different harmony lines that I play for almost every song.
Well,
Sometimes they go up to
Queen were
20,
the
maybe-
masters of harmony writing.
Exactly.
They were
Uh,
probably two bands I can name off the top of my head who were unbelievable when it came to harmonies were Queen and Def Leppard, both English
I was
hard
gonna
rock.
say the Beatles, but yeah.
I think the Beatles were okay when it came to harmonies, but I think the bands who took harmonies to a different level where harmonies
Boys.
became.
Yeah.
Well, the Beach Boys, yeah, obviously, like but
Man,
in the,
have you heard
in the hard rock
Warm to the
genre,
Sun by the Beach Boys? Okay, in the hard rock genre, I agree.
in the
with
hard
you,
rock
yeah.
genre was Queen and Def Leppard, like were
Yes,
harmony masters.
definitely. But I take a lot of my influence from a lot of the 60s, 70s bands, especially when it comes to my harmonies, with the Beatles and Beach Boys. Those two are my favorites when it comes to writing harmonies, especially the Beach Boys. And so a lot of the songs I'm writing, a lot of the influence comes from there. So especially with the next album, with the next release, it's gonna give off a lot of vibe for the album I'm finishing up right now. But I honestly want to get this out of the way because I've also have enough material for the rock album, and that's
Maha is pretty much sorted till 2022.
2022 sounds like they sorted the fucking 2045. Fucking 2022.
like I just like writing shit, man. Like there's so
If
there's
Maha
so
works.
much shit.
If Maha works on tools time level, he's gonna have about fucking. He's gonna be grand for the next fucking 20 years.
I mean, there's so much things you can explore with music, man. It's ridiculous. Like the amount of concept you can create. I sort of have a few roadmaps. Like for me, whenever I want to start writing an album, I always create a story that goes along with it because
So
at the end of the day,
so
every
every-
album has to have like a thematic overarching theme to actually capture the whole album.
So every album for
Like,
you
with
is
this-
essentially a concept.
Yeah, it's
They
sort of a
some aside.
concept.
Some
There's
aside.
some is a bit more loose, like this
Yeah.
this next one. There is an overarching theme, but there's no overarching story that goes.
I know
along
what you
with
mean.
It, you know?
There's a theme, but not a story. It's not like Pink Floyd. It's more
yeah.
like a time in your life sort of thing. Like,
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But like I do have some roadmaps for like the third and fourth one, which do have stories, which I have written scripts for. And like sometimes when I write albums, I write the songs first, and then it all falls into place. Like the next two, which they're both like love albums, and there's the rock album.
Just
But there's
give
also
just give me the
the,
Just give me the concept album. I want to make the concept album.
but then there's also the
Give the rock album.
ones
Give
with
the
story.
give the love album to whoever you want. Give that to whoever you want. I want to mix the concept album.
There's also the story that comes first, and then the songs come along after that. A few years ago, I remember me and Pras were in Changkat or somewhere, and I was taking a piss in the toilet, and I saw a poster of Star Wars in the toilet.
I know the bar. I know the bar. Yeah, I know the
Yeah,
bar.
and I'm like, wait a minute, why is everyone in Star Wars black? I'm like, wait a minute, this is Funk Planet. And at that point, I started writing an entire story for Funk Planet. I have the script somewhere in my Google Drive. So it's actually a 12 chapter story that I've written. It's a concept album based on this story.
It's like
And all the songs.
And that should be on your limited
Listen,
edition album.
listen.
Like, you know,
This,
you come with-
this is essentially Coheed and Cambria. It's essentially Coheed and Cambria. Because the guy from Coheed and Cambria was the same. He wrote a series of comic books. Then he started the band Coheed and Cambria, and all his albums were about what went on in the comic books. So it's Coheed and Cambria.
Essentially, but you're just telling the story, man. And I feel at this point the story is better told with music.
Well,
It's the same as, I don't know if you guys heard of this band, Funkadelic.
Of course.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh,
what the
God,
fuck?
man. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
44 years old. Of course, I'm Funkadelic.
But yeah, a lot of the influence comes from that band. For that concert album, it's very funky, but in the psychedelic kind of sense.
Okay. Well, I think it's a good stage to come to the end of the podcast. I think it's a really fun place to come to the end of the podcast. Even though Asmil
I
cracked
love how Asmil just completely disappeared off the map halfway through.
96 kilohertz was Asmil's give up point. Like
Yeah,
he was
he
like,
was like,
on,
nope. Nope.
no, forget about that. Like, he's, obviously Asmil
punk
unit,
enough.
obviously Asmil unit is a 44.1 kilohertz guy, and that was just like so like. Didn't like it at all, but but in reality, he just texted me saying his Wi-Fi fucked up, so like we can forgive him for that. Like,
Damn,
but
that just
anyway,
ruined everything.
I know. But anyway, Maha, thank you so much. It's been a fun podcast.
Cheers, guys.
That's really
Thank
good.
you
Like,
guys for keeping me company, man.
Yeah,
during this
so
tough
much, like-
quarantine.
Slancha.
Yeah.
By the way, I love your cup. You have to show
Yeah.
off this cup. Like,
Right, Amira got this for me for my birthday.
it's
Man, look at it.
that's not a cup. That's a chalice. You have a
Yeah,
chalice.
it's a goblet, bro. It's a
Oh no,
goblet.
no, you're right. I must forgive myself. You're quite right. It's a goblet. It's a lovely goblet. So we'll come to the end of the Maha Jeffery podcast. Thank you, Maha, for being in, and
Yes,
thank you,
thank
Fabian.
guys.
Thank you, Asmil, who decided to crack after 96 kilohertz, and thank you, Brendan, for not fucking showing up.
I hope to see you guys when I'm back.
Brendan.
Yeah, you will see us when you're back. Okay, guys,
man.
we are over and out.
All right, catch you guys.
Yeah.
Peace out.